Yes, my sports to the bone family, we are back at it again with another video. Thank you all for tuning in. Now, we have a couple of stories to look at in this one. We see where CWI, they have sent out a message to the West Indies players that were involved in that ODI series against Pakistan. Gonna be zooming in on that. Plus, we're also going to be taking a look at a couple things that came out of the CWI press briefing a couple days ago. And as indicated in the video this morning, I am going to be zooming in on a couple players to watch in the first game of CPL 2025. We have Antigua and Barbuda Falcons going up against St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots. Now, it's franchise cricket, so I'm not going to be doing a plain 11, right? But there are some players that I expect to get into the actual plain 11. So I'm going to be taking a look at some of those players and who I expect them to perform in this game. Right? So yeah, we're going to be talking a little bit. So just give a listening ear, my people. If you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing to the channel. This is where you can go to get some good quality cricket content, right? No charge. Just subscribe, hit that like button, turn on the post notification bell so you get updated once I upload a video. All right, let us start off with CWI's CEO, Mr. Chris Deering, right? So he sent out a message and he was basically congratulating the players. Right, so I am on the West Indies official website. So we see where they are saying CWI Chief Executive Officer Chris Deering also lauded the players' performances and highlighted the positive example being set for the next generation. And as you know, we hear a whole lot of things where West Indies cricket is concerned, and not a lot of positives, right? Not a lot of positives. So whenever we have positive things happening, we need to make sure that we highlight it. You understand? And that series there is not that we're milking it. We're not saying that we have arrived. We're not saying that we're the greatest thing since sliced bread. We're just saying that, and you see, the thing is, people that are just casual watchers just pass through every now and again. They won't understand the feeling that die-hearted West Indies supporters get when we secure a series win. The team might be doing bad, and we're sensible enough to know that even though we win the series, it doesn't mean that the team is fixed, right? We're sensible enough to know that. But we are happy. We're happy to know that we secure a win. All right, so let me just take a look at what the CEO was saying. So this is him now, and I quote, "On behalf of Cricket West Indies, I want to commend our players and coaching staff for their outstanding achievement. These performances are a source of immense pride for the entire Caribbean and demonstrate what can be accomplished." He went on to say it has no doubt been a very challenging last few months for the team, but to rebound on this manner and finish our home schedule with an ODI series win against Pakistan gives every West Indian hope and confidence that we can continue to improve. End quote. Right? And as we know, my people, we're looking to move up the rankings so we can secure automatic qualification for the next ODI World Cup, which is in 2027. So really happy for the win. And as we talk about World Cup in 2027, there are a lot of things that we definitely need to get right. We need to iron out, right? And coming out of that same press briefing there, we see where Chris Deering, he was talking about, some of the things that we need. Man was saying that, and I quote, "I want to emphasize that Cricket West Indies can't do it alone. There are many elements to cricket's production pipeline that are not within our control, such as age group cricket within individual countries and school programs that are run independently." end quote for now. But this is where they have to, you know, make sure that the people that they have on their payrolls, you know, they just go out and every now and again show their face. It might not, they're not going to take over the programs and things, you know, but they can have guys in different territories that will go in every now and again and assist with some coaching clinic for the coach. They might not for the coaches of these independent schools and things. You know, they might not be able to go in and coach the players, but if they can have coaching clinics, invite the coaches, you know, invite the coaches of these you know, youngsters to come out and go through some stuff, some basic stuff that they know, you know, that they definitely need to get right, you know, and things. So, you know, they are talking about the gap and all of these resources and things that we need to get right. You know, there are simple things that they can start off from, you know. I mean, it costs money to send people all over the islands and things, but what I will say, a lot of times I see West Indies playing games overseas, you know. We are having series and stuff, and people that I personally don't believe need to be there, they are there, right? Obviously not talking about the coaching staff, but you have people that are part of CWI that, you know, I wouldn't say that they have any dignitary business or any, you know, or should I say any diplomatic meeting or involvement that they necessarily need to be at, and you know, they are front and center there, traveling and taking the perks and all. So, you know, if we can channel some of these monies into areas that really and truly make sense, you know, these are some of the things that we definitely can get right, you know. We can fix. So all right, CPL, my people, it's CPL time. So in the video this morning, you can go back and check it if you didn't get a chance. St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots will be taking on Antigua and Barbuda Falcons. I went through the squad, and probably I shouldn't even say these are some players that will dominate the game, but these are some guys that I'm looking forward to really and truly getting some work done. Now, for St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots, Alec Arthanez, I think he has established himself as an international cricketer now. Probably not as consistent as we would like in terms of the runs, but I would say that he showed that he was in some form the other day when they called him up for the T20 game there, right, in the T20 series. So looking forward to Alec. You know, some people always say that boy are biased towards him because I know him. I don't know him, right? The only thing is that the man grant me a couple of interviews and early, you know, before and things. So that's all there is to it, and we might talk every now and again, but you know, I can see the talent. You know, I can look over personal, I can look over personal business, you know, knowing our personal relationship and say, boy, you know, I see the talent. You know, he's 26 now. This is where we definitely want to see him stepping up and leading. You understand? He has the talent. So Alec Arthanez, I'm looking forward to seeing him, right? Evan Lewis, my people, he looked good against Pakistan. He looked good against Pakistan. I've always said it that, you know, Evan Lewis, when he's fit and in form, he's the best opener we have in the region. You know, I won't put my mouth aground and talk that. I have no problem in saying that. When he's fit and going, Evan Lewis is the best opener we have when it comes on to the shortest format, right? So he's another one that I'm looking at. Obviously, you want to see the overseas players doing their thing, but there are some guys that I want to see what's going on for them. Now, Kyle Mayers, we haven't seen him in the setup for a little while. Recently, when we were playing Australia, we heard that, you know, he was unable to join the squad in Florida after we had the injuries to Brandon King, Evan Lewis, and I think it was Hetmeyer, right? So, you know, we haven't seen him in a little while, so I am looking forward to seeing what he will bring, right? So those are a couple of guys that I think will play, and I definitely want to see what they will bring to this team. Well, not even only to the team, but to the game tonight. So those are my three pick that I think will be lighting things up in tonight's game. I mean, there are three batters, yes, you know, but I am looking forward to seeing them. Ashmead Ned, whenever we have these sort of tournaments, you know, I always keep an eye on him. He is a player that I think is pretty talented, you know, so I would love to see him having a good CPL this year. And Antigua and Barbuda Falcons, you know, we have a few names here that we definitely I know most people will be looking forward to seeing Joel Andrew. His name jumps off the paper right away. You know, we saw him doing his thing in that game that he opened with who was it? Alec Arthanes, right? We know that he has the ability, he has the technique, you know, so we are looking forward to seeing him going out there and scoring some runs. Still only 18, you know, he's now used to going up against international bowlers, so we want to see what he will bring. Kevin Wickham, another young player, 22. I personally want to see some of these guys playing some real red ball cricket, but for now it is what it is. This is what they are playing, so you know, I am looking forward to seeing Kevin Wickham getting an opportunity and scoring some runs. He's a top order batsman for those who don't know him. I think he was last with the Barbados Royals. I think he was with Barbados Royals the last time. And we have Fabian Allen, the all-rounder, is 30 now, right? So not a young spring chicken anymore, but quite a few people have been calling for him at the international level. And I keep on saying that, you know, as much as always my countryman, I cannot be biased. We have two left arm spinners that are ahead of him right now, and in terms of his batting, he hasn't done a lot in the last couple of you know, franchise games that I would have seen him in. You know, so he will, in terms of playing as that spinner and the finisher, he would have to be outperforming the likes of Romario Shepherd. We know Justin Graves is a name that is in and around the team. Maybe not the international T20 team, but you know, we have like guys like Romario Shepherd, and as I said, we have those two left arm spinners. Moti has taken his game to a different level. You know, don't be surprised if you see some good franchise teams coming after Moti, because one thing we need to understand that, you know, some of these teams, you know, they think they can, especially in the subcontinent, you know, they know that they can. So say for example, even the Bangladesh Premier League, you know, some of these franchise teams, they will look at guys that can spin the ball less, but they want people that can bat. It's the same thing with the IPL. They know that they produce spinners, so usually they don't go for a lot of spinners outside of India. You know, you will have guys like you would see Moeen Ali when he was fit, when he was playing on fire, and you have people like Moeen Ali. Rashid Khan, as we know, is a top leg spinner, so anybody will go for him. You know, and Shakib Al Hasan, when he played there, you know, he's somebody that can bat. So they usually go for the spinners that will do a lot of batting also. You know, so I am happy to see that Moti is doing his thing. So he's someone that we can, you know, see. And I have two more from this team. You know, looking forward to seeing Raheem Cornwall. Probably will be batting at the top of the order. It's been a while since we have seen the big rock attack. Looking forward to seeing what he will bring. And Odin Smith is another player that people have been calling for. You know, I personally, I am saying that, you know, let us see. You know, we even see people that saying that he should be in the actual West Indies team. Don't know if these people don't follow current cricket or what. You know, and Shamar Springer, you know, Obed Makar. This team is just, there are a lot of players to look forward to in this team, right? But I am just picking out those guys right now, right, to work with. And obviously we want to see the overseas talent. So looking forward to tonight's game. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do a watch along for this first game, but hopefully you know, we can get a few games, can do some watch along for a couple of these games. Gonna leave it right here. Big up.